My name is Alan Wink, and I'm the Managing Director of Capital Markets for EisnerAmper. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone to the PACT Capital Conference 2020, day one of featured company presentations in the early stage category. We are excited that you are here to see these great company presentations today. Before we get started, I just want to thank all the sponsors of the conference. We could not pull off such a fabulous event without your help. I'd like to give a special thank you to the industry track vice chairs, Healthcare, Kapila Ratnam, General Partner, New Spring Capital, Technology, Glenn Bressner, co-founder and managing partner of Activate Venture Partners, and early stage, Doc Pargi, managing partner, SRI Capital. Now join me in welcoming Doc Pargi. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2020 PACT Capital Conference Early Stage Featured Companies presentation. I'm Doc Pargi, the Vice Chair of the Early Stage track. I'm also the Managing Partner of Shree Capital. We are an early stage VC that focuses on enterprise tech and deep tech investments, typically $1 to $3 million check sizes, and are the first institutional investor in a company.
Thank you, Doc. And thank you to all of our sponsors, and in particular, our specialty sponsors, Baker Tilly, Cozen O'Connor, and RSM. Our silver sponsors, Amitech, Ben Franklin Technology Partners, G Squared Partners, Osage, Pacific West Bank, Penn Center for Innovation, and Witham. And our bronze sponsors, BioAdvance, Signity Technologies, DLA Piper, Friedman, Nouveau Capital, Susquehanna Growth Equity, University City Science Center, and 1315 Capital. And lastly, our investor supporters, Rittenhouse Ventures, Robinhood Ventures, and Tech Council Ventures.
New this year, we're giving all of you the opportunity to rate our featured companies. This will help our Lions determine who will be the final three on September 24th. To access the ratings, open the PACT Capital Conference app on your mobile device or desktop. Again, you can use your mobile phone to scan the QR code that's on the screen for quick access. Once you've logged in, the access code to join is CapCon 2020. Again, CapCon 2020. In the Featured Companies tab, select the company you'd like to rate and rate it from 1 to 5 stars, with 5 as the best. You can rate as many companies as you like. We will close the rating function the week of September 14th. Again, help us guide the Lions in choosing the final 3 companies for the Lions Den of the PACT Capital Conference on September 24th.
I'd like to thank Morgan Lewis for sponsoring the early stage track, and have a great first day of presentations.
Hi, my name is Brian Slough. I work in the Philadelphia office of Morgan, Lewis, and Bacchius. I work with startups, founders, emerging businesses, and investors working with those companies. I pride myself on being a trusted advisor to clients, helping them navigate all issues they may face. Morgan Lewis is a global firm headquartered and founded in Philadelphia, PA. Our business-minded attorneys work with our clients to cover the wide array of legal services and collaborate to find solutions that are effective and achieve a client's goals in the most efficient manner. Morgan Lewis has deep, long-standing roots in the startup community, and we pride ourselves on that commitment. That's why we are a proud sponsor of today's event. Now, let me introduce you to the companies that are presenting today. Let's hear from our first presenter, AnaOno, LLC.
Hey, I'm Dana Donofree. I'm the founder and CEO of AnaOno, and I'm here to introduce myself and share a little bit about myself with you when I am not working on AnaOno and building our brand. But I went to school at Savannah College of Art and Design. I've lived in New York City, Denver, Colorado, and now happily here in Philadelphia for nearly the last 10 years with my husband and my Ridgeback dog, Hooch. We spend all of our extra time together because we used to enjoy visiting all the great restaurants and all of the city attractions here in Philadelphia. But since we've been incredibly limited on that for the last few months, we're just really enjoying getting out and taking a walk in the morning. And I've also taken up needlepoint to relax at nighttime before I go to bed. So it's official. I'm an old lady, but excited to be here, excited to be at PACT. Thank you all so much.
Hi, I'm Dana Donofree, the founder and CEO of AnaOno, Intimates Designed Differently. And you may be thinking, here's another bra company. That's okay, because you may not know that AnaOno has been disrupting the mastectomy bra industry for the last 6 years. And I'm here to share with you how we are capturing market share at an accelerated pace. People undergo breast surgeries for many reasons, some by choice, but many because they're required to following a breast cancer diagnosis. And we know that altered breasts are not the same as natural ones. So why would an ordinary bra fit you the same way it did before surgery? The answer is, it doesn't, it won't, and it can't. Rebuilt breasts are different, and therefore these individuals have different needs, especially when it comes to their underwear drawer. All surgeries yield different results, and depending on that decision is how we will change or how dramatically. We are addressing needs from post-surgery through treatment and into the life beyond by catering to the changes and support that is required through each of these phases of the journey. Our core customer is a breast cancer patient and survivor, but with our recent growth, we are expanding into other key areas to support patients in many ways beyond the surgery room. There are 8 million breast cancer patients worldwide, with nearly 4 million living here in the United States. There are an additional 300,000 getting diagnosed annually, and they all will undergo a breast surgery of some kind to remove and treat their cancer. Our secondary audience of cosmetic breast surgery patients more than doubles our annual potential reach. Our approach to bra design is not just about the features and benefits required, such as underwire-free bras, proprietary cup shape and fit, and materials that function beyond a traditional molded cup. It's also to address the uniqueness of our customers. Cancer is an individual experience, and so will be the way that they shop. We are bringing a brand new shopping experience to our customers that reflect their own lived experience. Because we know supporting those with 2 breasts, 1 breast, no breasts, or new breasts is unique. And people shouldn't feel broken because they don't fit society's mold of a 2-breasted woman. We are more than just a bra. We have a 3-pillar marketing approach to activate, acquire, and retain our customers. Our content strategy introduces AnaOno to patients in the time of need with valuable information, insights to support their new body and life. Secondly, we grow our commerce with a better user experience and furthering our worldwide distribution. And thirdly, our community engagement and partnering with breast cancer organizations and other key influencers to grow reach and interaction with our core customers. I decided to disrupt this marketplace after my own cancer diagnosis in my mid-20s. I had the skills and trade experience to do something about it. I've led design teams and manufactured products around the world. I doubled a $15 million account to over $30 million in under 3 years, and I did that while undergoing chemotherapy. My lived experience and unique industry background prepared me to not only launch and create a successful apparel line, but also equipped me to grow and expand the company during some of the toughest years. Our largest channel is D2C, where our internal margins are close to 75%. Our goal is to balance our annual revenue with a 70-30 split between D2C and our second leading channel of wholesale distribution that achieves a 40% margin. This includes Soma stores, worldwide boutiques, and DME suppliers that process patients' insurance coverage for post-recovery needs. And last but not least, we partner with nonprofits, pharma, and external partnerships for both sales and customer acquisition. And we've experienced impressive levels of growth over the last few years, even despite COVID-19. AnaOno remains strong and on track to achieve our 2020 revenue goals, because unfortunately, cancer does not stop because of a global pandemic. And while COVID has negatively affected our business in certain ways, it's improved it in others, especially in our D2C reporting in 2x growth. So, stores remain closed in many areas and their volume has decreased, but our core customer has been pushed to shop for their needs online, giving us the opportunity to serve them with our solutions where we benefit from the highest margins. And we're looking to raise $1.5 million to support our increasing growth and market share capture. Funding will allow us to invest in our stock position, build out our team with experienced and growth-minded individuals, and continue to expand our brand awareness and marketing efforts. We are positioned to gain prime real estate in our industry by providing the consumer with a never-before-had experience that tailors to their needs and surgery decisions. And as we continue to innovate in this space, the pressure increases on our competition to take note, seek acquisition, or risk losing their market share to our growing brand. And I mentioned earlier, we are not just another bra company. I hope you see how we are so much more and how investing in our growth is not just good for you, but for the millions of women throughout the world by giving them the opportunity to celebrate their difference and improve the lives of those living with breast cancer. Thank you.
Great. Very interesting. Now, then our next presenter, DreamVu.
My name is Mark Davidson. I'm a Philadelphia native and Chief Revenue Officer of DreamVu. After graduating from Penn State with an engineering degree, I've spent the last 20 plus years growing technology companies in roles including product management, marketing, sales, and general management. For the last 2.5 years, I've been focused on early and growth stage technology startups. Earlier this year, as I was finishing a successful exit as CEO of an embedded software company, I was introduced to DreamVu, and very quickly I realized this was my next endeavor. I've been with DreamVu since April, and every potential customer I've engaged understands and appreciates the brilliance of the DreamVu solutions. My passion is finding innovative technology and ensuring that it's packaged and positioned for huge growth. I focus heavily on product strategy, market selection, and go-to-market to make sure that our customers understand why they need our solutions and how to deploy them. At DreamVu, we're delivering the most complete 3D vision solutions for autonomous systems. Hi, my name is Mark Davidson. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer at DreamVu. DreamVu is the leader in omnidirectional 3D vision systems. We're focused on solving a huge challenge in autonomous mobile robots, also known as AMRs. Our 3D vision systems provide unparalleled field of view in a form factor, cost, and power. They're easy to be deployed by customers and not available from any of our competitors. COVID's creating significant growth in volume and use cases for AMRs, especially industrial cleaning and disinfection robots, as well as warehouse robots. For an AMR to be safe and efficient, a significant number of sensors are required. This complex sensor stack adds cost, consumes too much power, and the robot struggles to meet the uptime required. Since safety is paramount, robotic maneuvering and navigation are inefficient due to the blind spots that cannot be eliminated with today's sensors. Companies looking to purchase these AMRs are challenged to justify the investment. DreamVu has a solution. We've developed the world's only 360-degree 3D vision system using a single image sensor and no moving parts. But it takes more than a camera. In addition to selling cameras, we also license vision intelligence software as annual recurring revenue. When combined with DreamVu Vision Intelligence software, PAL is the most effective solution for robotic designers. For example, when PAL is used in place of previous solutions, the bill of material in an AMR is greatly reduced by up to $2,000, and the entire sensor stack is greatly simplified, from about 30 sensors to 7. This improves the ROI of the entire robot from initial capital investment to runtime efficiency. And our target customers understand the impact this has on their ability to develop, sell, and deploy robots. We've been selling evaluation kits since late 2019 and have a number of customer-paid evaluations ongoing, plus a confirmed design win. Rad Systems is our first win and will be in production next quarter for a new warehouse robot using PAL as the vision system. Rad anticipates selling up to 5,000 systems by the end of 2021. They're also in consideration to use PAL for a UV disinfection robot, again, as UVD robots are getting a lot of attention. We have 8 companies in total looking to use PAL for people detection with a UVD. As you can see, Amazon has purchased 7 cameras, considering DreamVu for 4 separate projects, primarily around warehouse automation. Each of these evaluations, plus others not shown, are paid for by the customer. We have a significant backlog of additional customers considering evaluations. Many of those are listed on the right. So why are customers spending thousands of dollars on evaluation? Because they see that PAL is the new and better way. Using patented optics and intelligent computer vision software, PAL creates stereo vision from a mono sensor. And because PAL covers a full 360-degree field of view, fewer cameras are used versus with competing solutions. In an AMR, PAL is used for obstacle detection, mapping, and navigation, and of course, people detection. PAL does this better than any other solution because of its field of view and because it's a 3D vision system. While we are considered early stage, we've accomplished quite a bit in 2020 so far. What's most significant is that we're generating revenue with evaluation kits, we're winning production projects, and we'll have our lead product qualified by the end of this quarter for volume production launch next quarter. We're building a very strong P&L, supported by high margin, high volume hardware sales, complemented by annual recurring revenue software. The end result is a fast growing and highly profitable business. We have a very strong team, starting with our CEO, Rajat. Rajat is co-founder and the inventor of the patented optics solution. Our team is a unique combination of technology innovators with experienced high volume business people. We're currently raising $1.5 million pre-Series A. $500,000 is closed with another $1 million available. We'd love the opportunity to speak with somebody who's interested. Here's my contact information, Mark Davidson, mark@dreamvu.com, and you can see my phone number listed here. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you. Let's hear from our next presenter, FLX Solutions.
Hi, everyone attending this year's virtual PACT Capital Conference. I'm Dr. Matt Bilski, founder and CEO of FLX Solutions. I'm originally from the Fort Washington, Willow Grove area, but now live up in Bethlehem, having gone undergrad through PhD then faculty at Lehigh University before leaving to grow FLX Solutions. As an inventor turned contractor turned mechanical engineering professor, I see the world differently. How it can be rather than how it is. I founded FLX Solutions out of my own frustrations as a contractor on the job site to bring robotics out of the lab to solve real-world problems. When I'm not working on robots, you can find me coaching ski racing, whitewater rafting, and even mountain biking. I hope you're all staying safe during these challenging times and look forward to meeting you all virtually during the networking session following this presentation. When I think about the future of robotics, 5 key areas come to mind. Robots that are customizable both in form and function, and that they're easily able to be commercialized and can be scaled in production. Robots that are affordable enough to fit both large and small company budgets and use autonomous technologies like AI and machine learning to make it so that anybody can operate them. All of this needs to be in a small enough package that it can get us into the places that we can't currently get to. When you combine all of this together, we believe that these attributes will finally bring robots out of the lab and into the wild. But here at FLX Solutions, we're tired of waiting for the robot revolution to begin. So we're making it a reality today with the FlexBot. The FlexBot is a snake-like robot, 1 inch in diameter, that costs less than 1/10 of typical robots. One of the coolest things is that all the FlexBot links are identical. This means we only need to perfect a single, modular link, allowing for mass production and scale. Users can then connect any number of links together as needed for a specific job. The FlexBot links contain our patent-pending extension and rotation mechanism. This powerful design allows the FlexBot to brace and climb in all 3 dimensions to explore previously inaccessible places. We've designed the FlexBot so that once positioned, it can withstand high-load activities such as drilling. Different tools can be easily interchanged on the end, such as a gripper or drill. Cameras in each link allow for immersive 3D, AR, VR, and even infrared images to generate maps of inaccessible environments. Combining these features with the unique motions of the FlexBot links allows for seemingly infinite use cases, ranging from drilling through walls to pull wires without a mess to cleaning and inspecting industrial power systems. All of this functionality is tied together by our software that makes operating the FlexBot easy and intuitive. Imagine autonomous FlexBots being pre-installed on mission-critical hardware, allowing for self-inspection and maintenance during crisis and lockdown situations like the one we're facing right now. The reality for service robots is that their average price of $50,000 and high complexity makes them capital expenditures relegated to labs, warehouses, and factories. By leveraging technologies like 3D printing, we're able to drive these costs down significantly. The modular and affordable design of the FlexBot will allow us to go to market within the next 12 months. Most of our competitors are hoping the next 5 to 10 years, and they're prohibitively expensive and only work within a controlled lab. We see a three-step rollout for the FlexBot. First, creating smart tool versions called cobots that work alongside workers, making them better at what they do, by greatly exceeding the capabilities of traditional tools. As the technology develops and we add autonomous navigation, we can expand into mapping and inspection use cases such as exploring mines, performing remote inspection and maintenance of pipes, or even stealth surveillance for defense. Along the way, FLX Solutions can license our IP and functionality to other robotics companies. From a business perspective, we can see that the robotics industry is trending upward. Initially, we could sell the FlexBots as a one-time purchase like any other tool or device, then generate additional revenue from service and support. As we grow the autonomous capabilities, we could subsidize the hardware with a subscription-based model, offering computationally intensive functions like image rendering or path planning in the cloud for a monthly or usage-based fee, similar to how platforms like smartphones and app stores work. For the rest of 2020, we're finalizing our MVP hardware consisting of FlexBot links mounted on a pole or similar device. This will allow us to validate the key abilities of the FlexBot through strategic partnerships in a focused beachhead market like telecom. 2021 will be spent conducting field trials and beginning business-to-business sales. Building on this traction, we'll expand the technology towards full autonomous deployments. As we perfect the technology by learning from customers and users, the unit cost will drop dramatically, so we only need to perfect the single FlexBot link, then sell different configurations and software interfaces. I'm joined by the rest of the FLX Solutions team. We have deep technical expertise in robotics and are startup veterans who have the business know-how, intellectual property, and resources needed to bring the FlexBot to market. The FlexBot project has been supported by over $250,000 in non-dilutive grant funding from a variety of organizations. We are seeking investors who are passionate about converting visionary technologies into products to participate in our pre-seed convertible note in order to begin pilots and field trials. We filled out $400 of our $500,000 round very quickly and are interested in speaking with strategic investors to fill out the round. And we'd be open to potentially increasing the size of the fundraise. Additionally, FLX Solutions is interested in strategic corporate partnerships that can help validate and deploy FlexBot technologies. In closing, FLX Solutions is changing the face of robotics by making them affordable and easy to use. With your help and support, we can actually make technology work for us. How would you use a FlexBot?
Next up is GeoSpoc.
Hi, my name is Dhruva, and I'm the founder and CEO of GeoSpoc. I'm really happy to be here, and thank you to PACT for providing this opportunity to speak to you. I grew up in a town called Chennai in the south of India. My hometown has lots of beaches, and so I spent a lot of time at the beach in my childhood, playing soccer and eating cotton candy. My school was a very special school. We had 17 acres of green campus within the city center of the city, which is something very few other people had. And so I grew up really interacting and loving nature. And due to that love of nature, I sort of moved on to study environmental science for my graduation. And then that introduced me to geospatial because we were looking at how satellite imagery could be used to track tigers in forests across the world. And so I moved on to study geospatial science for my master's. I'm a fun-loving person. I play soccer, as I mentioned. I'm also I used to be part of a band playing the drums. Of course, with COVID, it's been a difficult time to sort of get back together with the band. But hopefully, once things improve, we can get back to playing music. At home, I live with a beautiful wife and a daughter. She's going to be 5, and they kind of help keep my sanity. Keep me from working all day and all night. And so it's really good to have them around. And today I'm really excited to be able to present what we do. I look forward to it. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Dhruva, and I'm the CEO and founder of GeoSpoc. I want to thank PACT for giving us this opportunity to pitch to you today. GeoSpoc is a geospatial solutions company. We bring geospatial transformation to enterprise businesses by leveraging geography, geospatial data, and tools. And we do this through our platform called GeoKey. And today I'm going to be walking you through how we've done that and our story. Before we begin, I want to talk about the team. So I have a background in geospatial science. I studied GIS in Edinburgh in the UK. Then I worked for a geospatial company for 5 years. They're one of the leading GIS platform companies in the world called Esri. And during my time there, I understood how the technology is applied, who are the users, and where really the gaps were in the market. And that sort of enabled me to understand where to take a product like GeoKey. Johan, Krishna, and Achi are well-established, entrepreneurs. They've built and sold multiple companies in the past. So we have a really strong team that knows how to build and scale an organization. So let's get on to geospatial. So why is geospatial relevant today? And I could not mention COVID in this presentation. And in the midst of COVID, I think it's actually given a fillip to the geospatial industry because maps have been everywhere. People are using maps every day to fight this disease. And I think that's a very valuable contribution that geospatial has made in the world today. But geospatial is not just about responding to pandemics. And if we take a step back and look at the evolution of GIS, it's gone through many phases. The first phase was exploration, where it was used for surveying and map making and territory definition, political data. The second phase was system of records, when the digitalization of assets happened. So the ability to capture the location of my assets and figure out where they were. The third was Geospatial 1.0, which is really using cloud-based technologies to build and share data. Data.gov is an example of that. But this next revolution is Geospatial 2.0, which is where we are today, where location data is being generated everywhere, whether it's 5G, telemetry, IoT, satellites. This is all providing unbelievable amounts of rich location data. But you know what the problem is? There's no really cohesive tool that allows people to harvest this data and really make sense of that. And so I want to draw some parallels to other industries to talk about the fact that we're at sort of inflection point of really building out a geospatial platform that will be used by everybody tomorrow. If you look at CRM, Salesforce did that many years ago. BI, Tableau is a great example of how it disrupted the industry. And for design, Figma has come in and sort of made it available to everybody. But in geospatial, you have today only traditional enterprise tools or developer-led tools. You don't have anything in between. And that's really where we are targeting our platform. And if you look at our platform, it's to think about this as Lego blocks. It's like a fluid platform that can sit on any existing infrastructure. So we're not asking customers to change any underlying major changes to their infrastructure. We have three components, which is a data lake, a query middleware, and a visualization layer. And it's all about how do we bring and harvest this rich location data that businesses are generating and add our own data to that. So we bring a rich market data to add to the value that an internal business uses. And it's all about harvesting this rich location data. And we're not just talking about theory, we've actually got customers using it. So in banking and finance, we've looked at how we can reduce rejection rates for bad loans, increasing the revenue by over 240 million. We look at pizza delivery. We are delivering 400,000 pizzas through our platform every day. It's used to build trade zones and ensure that deliveries aren't missed. And in agriculture, we're looking at how we can use tractor sensors and soil sensors and combine that with satellite data to really build a rich and compelling data lake infrastructure. If you look at the market, geospatial is actually huge. It's estimated to be $450 billion today and growing at 13.6%. And our focus area, which is agri, retail, and BFSI itself, is about $50 billion. So our traction to date is we founded in 2016. So we've done about $1.5 million last year almost, and then already we're at $1 million revenue this year as of 31st of July. We think we'll end up hitting about 50 million in 4 or 5 years time, but we're looking at an investment to accelerate that process. And our ask is a $2 million investment at a $20 million valuation, looking at the spread of investment around products, sales, data procurement, and partnerships. To finish up, we have a competitive advantage because geospatial is a deep moat. It's difficult to get into. We bring data and tools, and we already have existing traction in multiple industries. And we're combining geospatial with AI and blockchain to look at the future of what geospatial 2.0 can look like.
Now, let's hear from Ike AI.
Hello, my name is Joe Rochar, and I am the founder and CEO of Ipaca, the inventor of Ike. My wife and I moved to Philadelphia in 2016, and we love it here. We lived all over the place. South Carolina, Georgia, Washington State, 5 years in Japan, 6 years in Dallas, Texas, but mostly we're from Minnesota. I joined the Army right out of college and served as an intelligence officer in Japan. I love camping and canoeing and hiking. I also love music. I sing tenor in church choirs and play guitar. I have a large family, and I have a real passion for language and artificial intelligence and using artificial intelligence to understand language. Thank you. Hello, I'm Joe Rochar, inventor of Ike. I've spent my career in large and small companies as a CTO, enterprise architect, and data modeler. My experience working in corporate tech has given me a deep, unique view into how computers manage and store data for humans to interpret. It's also helped me uncover significant gaps in delivering meaningful data. Our Ike Natural AI doesn't just fill those gaps, it exceeds the current expectations of what AI can do for people and for business. We have examined a wide range of industry verticals for our go-to-market, and there are many possible applications for our powerful next-generation AI with advanced natural language understanding to interpret human intent. It delivers more meaningful, high-quality, and accurate information than any other AI. Telemedicine is a great opportunity. Ike will support digital medicine and health services on demand. As we all know, the promise of AI has not yet been realized, especially in the healthcare industry, which has seen a significant shift toward remote, digitally enabled care. This is most important for improving health outcomes for devastating acute and chronic conditions, as shown. One of the biggest challenges in telehealth is data incompatibility across systems in departmental or functional data silos. Ike can support telemedicine by providing a single verbal interface for health history interviews and pre-screening tied to health knowledge in multiple systems, documents, and web pages, including integrating with the telemedicine system. To overcome data incompatibility, we need a single standard for understanding all the data. Ike's standard is English. This is not a conversational bot that follows a few narrow, prefabricated scenarios. Ike ferrets out and understands the intent of the patient by dynamically asking questions that fill in the gaps. Get a complete and accurate picture to enable medical professionals to provide more targeted care and diagnostics. It's all about context. Context includes time and geography, intent, gender, business, and cause and effect. Siri, Alexa, and Google use patterns, not meaning, to turn requests into results. These platforms will never achieve human competency because they can't understand context or human intent. Without context, AI loses relevance. Context, intent, and human understanding are where Ike's capabilities really shine. Ike's platform augments systems with natural dialogue, something missing in digital systems. Users dig for information, and systems grudgingly deliver precious morsels. Augmenting systems with Ike Dialogue enables both professionals and patients to access information in contextually appropriate and meaningful ways from any number of systems. We have an exceptionally qualified leadership team. In addition to my 30-year tech career, I'm a linguist and former military intelligence officer. Randy, our CTO and data scientist, has expertise in large enterprises, visual tech, and machine learning, including implementing IBM Watson in intelligent mobile solutions. Dan has helped us win $500,000 in business. Our team is complemented by an experienced board of advisors. Ike already has tangible value. We have a patent for human language understanding and have filed a new patent protecting our causal reasoning for decision support in qualitative analytics. This patent focuses on why and how questions that other tools cannot. In 2021, we plan to expand these patents worldwide. Our health taxonomy is one of the largest in the world and also, to our knowledge, the broadest. Our total addressable market is at least $2.25 billion. While we've identified an immediate market in application in telemedicine, we know that once we prove the value of Ike in healthcare, there are many other lucrative markets. In 2019, we implemented Ike at Amplify Capital. Previously, we implemented an earlier, less sophisticated version of Blue Cross Blue Shield in Minnesota to great success, delivering significant quality improvements and cost reductions. With $3.5 million in investment, we can move quickly from founder-led sales to internal sales team, then channel partners to rapidly expand market penetration. We have the patents, we have the team, we have a solid foundation of proven code, and on top of all that, we have customers and revenues to give us market experience and feedback. The path forward is exciting. We're far enough along that we don't need a massive infusion of cash to go to market. We hope you agree that Ike's potential to improve human and computer interaction is enormous. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Very interesting. Let's hear from People Joy.
Hi, my name is Emeka Ogu. I'm a serial entrepreneur and the founder and CEO of People Joy, where we're focused on helping solve the student loan crisis. I started People Joy after I graduated from Harvard Business School and my wife graduated from medical school with a combined $400,000 in student loans. My passion is financial wellness. I've been passionate about financial wellness ever since I started working at the age of 14 and bought a savings bond with my first paycheck. I'm looking forward to sharing more about People Joy and seeing you in the Lions Den.
Hi, my name is Emeka. I'm the founder and CEO of People Joy. We simplify the student loan repayment journey for borrowers. Our vision is to deliver a concierge student loan experience that leverages a human and digital approach at scale. The student loan repayment process is very difficult and has several problems. The first is getting the right information. Your student loan servicers offer free advice, but it's typically one size fits all that's not optimized for you. Choosing the right repayment plan is also complex. There's too many choices and the rules and regulations are very hard to follow for most borrowers. Maintaining eligibility is also time consuming and requires annual renewals. This complexity has led to a 99% rejection rate in programs such as public service loan forgiveness. People Joy steps in and simplifies the process. Let's first look at what the typical borrower journey is before People Joy. A borrower visits the Department of Education website to find out more information about what they're eligible for, or they call their servicer. Their servicer answers any questions that they have, but really gives minimal information. The borrower learns about loan forgiveness on their own and later enrolls and tries to enroll in the process, only to get their loan forgiveness application delayed or in some cases denied. Now let's look at the borrower's journey with People Joy. The borrower goes to our website and answers a few questions. Ed, our interactive AI bot, walks them through a series of questions and helps them determine the best repayment program for them, that individual, and whether they're eligible for such programs like public service loan forgiveness. If they are, we actually digitally enroll them in those programs, and we do the ongoing paperwork on an annual basis to make sure that that borrower maintains their eligibility for those programs and increasing their success rates. Now let's look at a real life case study with somebody that we worked with here in Philadelphia. She works at a nonprofit making $44,000 a year with $48,000 in student loans. Before she started working with People Joy, she was paying over $700 a month on her student loans. We found a program that brought her payments down to $208 a month. That's a $500 monthly savings. When we're all said and done, we're going to save her close to $47,000 on her student loan payments. Our platform also leverages artificial intelligence to make our customer service process more scalable without losing that quality that you get from working with individuals. When it comes to answering student loan questions, we use natural language processing services to help our borrowers find the best answers from our knowledge base. They don't have to worry about missing appointments because our smart assistant can confirm or schedule or cancel appointments on their behalf, which reduces the need for that agent to actually have to call an individual themselves. Borrowers, when they have application deadlines, our smart assistant can then send text, email, and phone call reminders, and that information, those processes are automatically tracked and captured in our CRM. We sell this as an employee benefit. We are targeting the global financial wellness program market, which is expected to reach $3.1 billion and the 44 million student loan borrowers in the United States. We're specifically going after those borrowers that are eligible for public service loan forgiveness, as well as defaulted borrowers. When you look at that total market size, we're looking at close to 15 million borrowers in total that could use our services. And we charge a SaaS-based model. It's subscription-based, where the borrower, the actual employee, pays a one-time setup fee to enroll in our program, plus a monthly subscription for ongoing support for PeopleJoy. The company, the employers, can actually pay an annual program fee to bring down the cost to those borrowers. In the case where the employer subsidizes, we've actually seen a 3x increase in utilization rates for people on our program. We are different in our human plus digital approach. Traditional advisors focus more on the human advisor side. They're very high touch, but not scalable. Fintechs are focused on digital technology, but don't offer that human advisory side for folks that want to pick up the phone and actually talk to someone about their student loan situation. PeopleJoy provides the best of both worlds, and we do it at scale. We can't do this without an amazing team. Our leadership has backgrounds in technology, financial services, and human resources. On my team is Neilio Conchera, our VP of Engineering, with over 11 years building HIPAA-compliant software, and currently a comp sci instructor at the University of Miami. And Kevin Parath, our VP of Operations, who has over 25 years of experience in HR services. Prior to starting PeopleJoy, I was the first head of product at DataMiner, a fintech company based in New York, and built and sold at Tempo, a mobile app publishing company. We launched our first pilot with EdAssist in September of 2019 with a nationally ranked hospital, and the metrics were very strong. We're close to 31,500 ARR over the past 12 months after launching there at that hospital. We are currently raising $2 million, and our goal is to continue to scale out our sales, tech, and operations. Once again, my name is Emeka with PeopleJoy, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you in the Lions Den.
Our next presenter is Tandem Repeat.
Hello, I'm Gözde Şenel Ayaz, co-founder and president of Tandem Repeat. To introduce myself, I got my BS degree in bioengineering in Turkey, where I originally from. Then I moved to Philadelphia to earn my PhD degree in biomedical engineering in Drexel University. After my graduation, even though my family is in textile business for 3 generations, I wanted to follow my deep interest in high-tech commercialization and entrepreneurship. And to follow that, I got involved with Ben Franklin Technology Partners as intern and medtech startup company Infrascan. And then I incorporated Tandem Repeat. Besides that, as a mother of a kindergartner and a preschooler and 3 turtles, my other deep interest is that to do my best to leave a sustainable environment, clean water resources, clean oceans to my kids and for next generation, which plays a key role in my motivation as a co-founder of Tandem Repeat. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gözde Şenel Ayaz, co-founder and president of Tandem Repeat. We all know our world has a major microplastic pollution problem. But why? In 1940, nylon, also known as plastics, invented by DuPont in Delaware, and took over many industry segments, including textiles, because of their elastic, strong, lightweight properties, and became major raw material. On top of that, we blended plastics to natural fibers as yarns, stitches, and adhesives. This destroys the recyclability of natural fibers, especially cotton. Each year, we are wasting 90% of cotton into landfills, along with the water, pesticides, energy, labor, CO2 emission with them. Today, there is a rising awareness within the consumer and brands. They don't want to use any material that disrupts the closed-loop industry. And we found the solutions back in the water that we are polluting with microplastics. On the tentacles of squids, there is a unique protein which has the same properties of plastics. We cloned the respective gene, and via fermentation, we are producing our materials as we call Squitex. And I would like to emphasize that as Tandem Repeat, we don't use any squids in our production. We use biofermentation technique, which is a vegan way of manufacturing proteins. We can tune and customize the physical, mechanical, and optical properties of Squitex
which is also self-healing. And Squitex has fastest and strongest self-healing properties existing today. As a spin-off company, we licensed this technology from Penn State University. After our incorporation, Tandem Repeat got awards and recognition from many platforms. And last May 2020, McKinsey highlighted Tandem Repeat as a leading innovator in the report titled How the Biorevolution Could Transform the Competitive Landscape. In April 2020, we received government R&D contract from Department of Energy together with University of Virginia and Georgia Tech to develop bio-based phase change materials to produce novel thermal energy storage. In the textile segment, as a team, we initially target adhesive industry, which is all petroleum-based. Our adhesives received high demand by major brands, including Ralph Lauren, H&M, IKEA, Mustang. During this interaction, we validated compatibility of our adhesives with existing machinery, mechanical properties, and matching the market prices. Another application is coating to minimize microplastic pollution and improve performance application, which is demanded by sportwear companies. We also begin the production of Squitex fibers, which allow rapid, seamless, self-healing based repair of tears and punctures. With these applications, we initially target total addressable adhesive market in year one and move on next product as we increase our capacity of production by strategic partnership and investments. Right now, we need $2 million to move on commercialization of our initial product line. With this investment, we will not only accelerate our production capacity, but also partner with brands looking for a completely eco-friendly design who are already in our pipeline. Tandem Repeat has 4 executive members for management and 3 employees that support R&D, production, and processing lines. And together, we share a passion and vision for a better and sustainable future. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to introduce Tandem Repeat.
Now, let's hear from Neuralert Technologies, LLC.
Hi, my name is Eric Corkill, and I am the CEO of Neuralert Technologies. As background, I am a 40-year veteran of the healthcare information systems industry. For the last 23 years, I have been a serial startup guy. In fact, Neuralert is my 7th startup company. I've also been blessed that 5 of my previous 6 companies have exited for a combined valuation of close to $500 million. And the one that didn't exit, well, that is a fun war story to share with you over an adult beverage or two. But my passion is finding young companies with innovative products that will positively and substantially impact how healthcare is being delivered. And with that, I would love to be able to introduce you to Neuralert. So imagine you're lying in a hospital bed and in desperate need of attention. You can hear a doctor out in the hallway just a few feet away, but you can't call out because you just had a stroke. Strokes are devastating, and 10% of all strokes occur to inpatients that are already in the hospital. And even more shocking is that half of these strokes aren't detected within 4.5 hours of when they occurred. Now, I know that sounds hard to believe, but here are the reasons why it's true. Number one, there are certain surgical procedures that are being done in the hospital that will dramatically increase both the risk, but also the severity of a stroke. Number two, patients in the hospital are bedbound and sedated, which obscures the visible telltale signs of a stroke. And number three, hospital staff, which is stretched thin, is unable to perform regular neurological checks in a consistent and timely manner. Now, what happens is that strokes aren't detected in time for life-saving medications and treatments to be delivered. This increases the hospital's length of stay, increases rates of morbidity and mortality, and if litigated, has an average settlement cost of $1.8 million. Strokes can be cured or addressed if medical intervention arrives in time, and that is what Neuralert is all about. Let me talk to you about Neuralert and how it works in 3 phases. Now, phase one is detection. We provide wearable smart bands that are placed on the patient's wrist that are monitoring arm asymmetry in the patient. Now, arm asymmetry is one of the classic telltale signs of a stroke. And these smart bands are sending their telemetry data to a proprietary algorithm housed in a secure HIPAA-compliant cloud, which is analyzing the information and determining whether the telemetry data is truly indicative of a stroke or not. If it is, then phase 3 occurs, which is the communication. The system will immediately send an alert to mobile devices of the hospital staff so that they can intervene, they can assess the patient, and they can begin to initiate treatments. In fact, in our first clinical study on 200 patients at the University of Pennsylvania, Neuralert was demonstrated to be able to detect more than 80% of strokes in less than an hour. Now, you need to compare that to what is the current standard of care, which is less than half of strokes are detected in 4.5 hours. This time compression that Neuralert is able to accomplish means several things. It saves lives and improves outcomes, reduces length of stay, reduces cost, reduces liability. And it's because the value proposition is so great for hospitals that is our initial target market. We're going after the medical centers and hospitals that are performing 1.7 million procedures a year that have high stroke risk implications. Now, the revenue model for Neuralert is a SaaS model. It's based on $1,250 per year per seat for all of the back-end software. We also charge $200 for each pair of smart bands or bracelets. And by the way, these smart bands are made with cheap off-the-shelf components, are designed to be disposable, eliminating the cost and time for hospitals to have to sterilize them. Now, the market for Neuralert is wide open. There's only one other known competitor using a different methodology for detection and focusing on a different market. But there are multiple well-established billion-dollar companies who will benefit directly from Neuralert, because if we're able to detect strokes in less than an hour, their medications, their equipment, their technology can be used to help save patients' lives. Now, for Neuralert to go from prototype to commercial success, we're seeking $2 million in investment to fund 3 growth phases. Phase 1 is a large clinical study across multiple medical centers that will validate end-to-end system processes, but it also gives us the clinical evidence necessary for phase 2, which is the FDA 510 approval process. Now, phase 3 is money for the manufacturing and hiring of initial staff so we can target the first 100 medical centers that have the highest number of high-risk stroke procedures. Now, the Neuralert team consists of 5 people with extensive experience in the medicine, in the technology, but also in the management of startup companies to demonstrate that we can be successful. Folks, this is a big problem, and there is not a viable solution available to us today. Neuralert can be the first technology that can end the devastation of strokes that happen to the inpatient population. So I thank you for your attention, and I look forward to further discussions about Neuralert, our market, and our value.
Thank you to all the companies for their presentations. We look forward to see who makes it into the lion's den. But first, please join us in the Remo room where you can connect with the companies that you just heard from. Thank you.
It's now time to head to the Remo room, again for networking with either our sponsors or our featured company presentations that just occurred. You get the opportunity to sit at a table and network just like you would at the in-person conference. The link to the Reamer Room can be found on your email invite or on your desktop or mobile Capital Conference app. Thank you.